our recap this week. As for 2 weeks in a row, for the first time in a very long time, we have
No, right.
everybody here.
I
We
blame.
fought some people.
Yeah, we fought some.
We did fight. That was basically
went
the
to
entire session.
we went to a house. The changelings were like, "Hey, we got these guys." We're like, "All right, cool." That's And then we came in, and everyone got in position. We're all ready to protect. Everything started. They fucking killed the people. Summoned demons, or some kind of fiend. It burst out the windows. Had to fight those fuckers. That was a long and arduous thing. It was fucking rough. Everyone was scratched and punched to fuck. Two changelings set themselves on fire, but not fire. It was radiant fire that didn't burn them. They ended up dying. We're all really hurt. But my enemies are dead. Oh yay.
Fucking warlocks.
Just cult, man. You need to be a cultist to get superpowers. You don't need to be
Is
a
Cheese
warlock to get
staying as a
superpowers.
bear right now, or no?
Oh,
Combat
am I
just
staying as a bear?
combat just ended,
Ye-
so
Give it like a minute or two, and she'll continue to be a bear.
Okay, I just want to know if I needed to return Cheese to original size or not.
Where's Lars?
Give her a couple seconds.
Where's who?
I said, where's Lars Dagger?
Like kind of like right by your feet here.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm grabbing that. Picking this body, just for good measure.
You're searching through the body?
Yeah, I did. I started searching through the body because I thought the dagger was on her.
It's not on her,
Yeah.
but there are some interesting things.
Okay.
So first of all, there's 20 gold,
All right.
and there is a small pouch of. They look like. This looks like it'd be a components pouch, but what's in there is not the standard components you would look at. It smells kind of foul. If you want to look further into it, you're more than welcome to. But that is what you see right off the top.
All right. Yeah, I'll take those.
And
I said I'll take those just so I can look into it later, but I'm not like too worried about it at the moment.
Yep.
I'm just.
And lastly, there is a sword on her. The one that she was using, just a short sword. And it's kind of just a generic one.
All right.
It does have a symbol you do not recognize on the hilt, though.
Interesting.
While Lesla's doing that, what is everyone else doing?
I think Bear Cheese is eating the corpse of the other tiefling, if I remember or tiefling, excuse me, no, changeling, if I remember correctly.
If you want to, you can.
Okay.
Are you gonna do that before anyone can search him?
Cheese, what Cheese does is she just like, this is gory, I apologize.
Goes for the
Straight
fleshy
middle of the
bits.
chest, just kind of like grabs like dog, shakes, and takes a big old chunk, and chews on that for a
In
while.
the middle
while
of his
other people
chest, there's
search
currently
the
a
body.
hole from where Hope hit him.
Well, that just makes the perfect place to use to grip the teeth in.
Yeah. Innards. They're cooked now, right?
good old
If he was on fire.
Cooked, more burnt. Anyway.
Jesus. Yeah.
So that's what Cheese is doing. Sapphire and Corvus, what are you doing?
I guess I should check on Melody to make sure she's at least somewhat okay. And probably not clinging to the ceiling anymore.
So she's like slowly like getting down from the ceiling. She drops kind of right as you get to where you are.
If she stumbles, I will try to catch her.
No, she lands on her feet, but you can see she's shaking.
As far as I'm aware, there's only allies left. Thankfully.
She turns to look at you and takes like one shaky step forward, another shaky step forward. Do you want to react to that or just let her be?
I will offer a hand if she needs help walking.
Okay, you offer a hand.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to roll me let's say this is just straight dexterity.
Uh,
So you see her knees
I didn't
buckle.
make that a saving throw, so like if it was
That's
supposed to be
fine.
a
It's
saving
just
throw, yeah.
dexterity.
Okay, I'm making sure.
You see her knees buckle,
Mm-hmm.
and you are quick enough to catch her as she collapses into your arms. Uh, she's out cold.
Let me.
It's not like a pass. This is more just a sleep.
Okay.
All her energy's gone.
I'm gonna try and carry her to the bed so she has someplace comfortable to rest.
She's a bird, so she has hollow bones.
The wings are at least would be hollow, I think. I don't know about the rest of
You
the
don't know
anatomy.
about her.
We have
That's
not.
something that's never been explored. But anyway,
It's kind of the we don't really have the ability to explore it without
yeah,
an autopsy.
yeah.
You can punch her really hard in the arm and see if it breaks.
I'm not going to do that,
Anyway, just gonna carefully move her to the bed.
Corvus.
And what will Corvus be doing?
I think he's still heart's still pumping and like adrenaline still pulsing through his system. So like he's still like in this like heightened alert state.
Fight or flight.
Yeah, it's still very much active on him. He's like very tense, just staring at this like almost like watching the echo as the echo turns like the fiends turn to echo and the body's lying dead and as they're searching it. Like he's just like kind of almost like expecting something to happen. He's like very much like he's tense, like very much ready to go and he's just looking around. He's slowly calming down, but still very much in that combat mode.
Okay. So not talking to anyone or doing anything. At this point.
He's too on alert right now.
Okay. So Cheese is eating. Sapphire is taking care of Melody. Lessla, you finished looting the first changeling.
Yep. So as I start walking back with Laura's dagger in hand, I pass by Corvus, seeing that he's still lit, and I say, "The enemies are gone. It's over now." Before moving to Laura and say, and basically, Lesla goes over to Laura. How is she looking?
She's still out. Nemo is currently tending to her and patching some of the wounds that she has.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you get a look, you can see there's a couple bites on her arms and legs, and a very big stab in her side, as well as what looks like just a pommel strike on her forehead,
Yeah.
right directly above one of her eyes. That's
Let's.
the wound that Nemo seems to be focusing on, as the others are, in spite of the fact that they're like look bad, they're not vital. Like even the stab in her side is just a graze. It will heal.
Lesla will is she like act? Is she has she gone unconscious again from just exhaustion, or is she just kind of out of it?
She was not looking good when you stabilized her, so she's currently like down for the count.
Okay. Lesla will just find where she keeps her dagger, like the sheath that she had made for it, and will just slide Laura's dagger back into it.
Okay.
Nemo, where's Dion?
Oh, she's downstairs with the servants.
Okay, I will go I should check on everyone else first, but I need to check on her as well. I should probably introduce you properly to her.
Nemo looks a little confused, but gives you a nod.
Lessla tries and give like a smile now that everyone is, safe, and says, "You, by technicalities, do have a relationship with her. I'll explain to it when I introduce you." And then she'll walk off towards Vale and the others, and she's basically going to start checking on people.
Vale has some scrapes and bruises, and you can guess that probably whatever hit you that took out so much of your health from one of these things hit him too. As you can see, there's some blood streaming from, or there was some streaming from his nose and one of his ears.
Is it like basically dried now?
It's dried now, yeah.
Lessla,
Like whatever happened hit him hard, but he's recovering.
yeah. Lessla will basically just pull out a handkerchief and says, "Vale, turn towards me." And she just starts wiping the blood away. So since there's probably not a mirror around her at the moment.
And is she still eating?
Yeah, nobody's stopped her yet. Nobody's even gone to the front to really tell her that everything's over. But she can
Zarfea's
tell it's
still like has like edged up against this pillar here. Because she did take some pretty good hits. She went down for a bit. And Jericho doesn't seem to care. Hope is just very heavily breathing. He's the only one here who didn't take any damage.
Yeah,
but you wouldn't know that looking at him. He looks kind of haggard.
I think after a couple minutes, she's kind of stops. She takes a deep breath and she comes back to herself. She'll go over to Zarfea. She's kind of puts her hand on Zarfea's shoulder and casts Cure Wounds at first level.
Okay.
Not really say anything other than the incantation.
Okay. She looks a little better, but there's still some nasty burns and wounds on her.
Yeah.
Now that you haven't seen Zarfea take worse, but there's a lot. Jericho's on his feet, but he's taken some pretty serious hits.
Snow of pyrophobia. It'll get you.
Were you saying something, Maren?
I think she's gonna check what's left of the body of good old changeling dude here now.
Okay. So there is a same sword with the same weird symbol on it. You don't recognize it. His bag contains 35 gold. So this guy was doing pretty well for himself, it seems. He also has an old and dusty silver locket that looks like it's been bashed.
Can I open it at all?
You can. On it is a picture of the woman here who he stabbed and some other individuals you don't recognize. You can guess he picked it off of her.
Yeah. I'm writing stuff down.
They also were both wearing just basic leather armor, but
yeah.
I don't think you want that.
No.
Especially not in the
She's
condition
gonna.
it's now left in.
Yeah.
What?
gonna
No,
wipe
that's
her
prime
mouth.
real estate.
and then kind of she will offer her old quarterstaff to Zarfea to help her stand since she's looking pretty worse for wear. And then it's just, let's check the damage inside. And then heads that way.
Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Boy!
Boy is
say,
very excited to see Corvus.
I will just say that Corvus was. So I think Leslie spoke to him. I feel like it didn't. He didn't, because I was waiting for everyone to finish their stuff first. Corvus wasn't like snapped out of his mode, but it seemed like he was able to change priorities. But it's one of the things like, when you're still like blood pumping, it kind of like narrows your vision. So when he turned around, he didn't immediately see Drake because the Drake was too far away. He saw Lara, so he went to Lara. It had like a little path that he took. Saw Lara, but saw she was being tended to, and it was like, oh, I know these people. Okay, they're okay. Walked past, saw Vale, went down the hall because he remembers there's people, his companions are down there. And they were hurt, so I need to go make sure they're not hurt anymore. Stumbled there, got to this point and saw these people and stopped because fight or flight kicked in for a moment as he took a moment to evaluate. I don't think he would have swung. I think he would have raised the dagger to swing, but then caught himself. Now, and while all that was going on, and then Jesus is next to him, and the Drake was running around him, and I feel like the movement very much causes Corvus to react. But again, I think seeing the Drake, there is that moment where you think he's going to hit the Drake, but he stops himself just short of doing so. Watching it, Drake run around his legs. And the Drake seeing Corvus probably in this mode, in their short time together, he's probably seen him like this once or twice. So.
He still seems very happy to see you.
Yeah, no, he knows. It's one of those things where like he knows he has no reason to fear Corvus, even when he's like this.
You can see on the Drake there are some places where Clear Slime went to try and get him, but the scales were just too thick. There was, you assume, a lot of the ichor blood on him, but whatever is left is currently just evaporating off of his maw. He looks very pleased with himself.
Did Boy take any damage at all?
They tried to hit Boy a couple times. They failed.
Wow.
Good boy.
Boy's AC isn't that high, so that's pretty impressive.
No, it isn't. They just kept rolling 2s and 3s.
That's great. I love how we kept getting like the brunt of the really heavy hits.
Yeah.
You say that, you don't know how much damage the NPCs take.
We don't, but
actually, the Stacy here was taking a lot. The only reason she's still up is because she's bear totem.
oh, just said, fuck you, I stay up.
Yep.
I'm a barbarian. Fuck you.
Also, Cheese.
Mhm.
One last thing: when you pick up the symbol out of the corner of your eye, you recognize something. I'm gonna go ahead and message this to you instead of just saying this out loud.
Oh dear God.
I think it's like checking. He's Hope not hurt, but knows that Hope tends to stay in the back, so maybe just lucky. So he's not. Again, that's that the skepticism that always follows Hope. Like, you didn't get hit. Weird that, huh? Sees the dead woman. Is like kind of. I think he starts piecing shit together. Sees everyone else hurt. How? I don't know because you're a little distracted, but how are the Miss Willow Song and Miss Stacy? How are they looking?
Stacy's the one that looks like she's been beaten up a little bit more, but she also
Okay.
looks like this is nothing, which is surprising to you, considering the amount of cuts and such.
Okay.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Yeah, I think seeing the changeling man, he will kind of just look at the
What's
Drake.
left of him?
What's left of him? I'll just kind of lean to the Drake and go, "There's another one up the hall. That's yours." Pat him on the head.
He seems very happy, but he doesn't immediately go off. He sticks by you for a little bit.
Okay. I think Corvus There's the room, and immediately, because Corvus is moving like slow. He's walking like a person who's just being punched in the head. If you know that
Here
way
I
of
was
walking,
thinking he
like
was just being methodical.
well, he's being careful because he's at 4 hit points.
Because he's
being
concussed to
punched.
hell.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
little concussed, bruised. He's just he's watching himself, and he just like goes to. Because is she standing yet, or is she still on the ground?
Zerfea is still on the ground leaning against the pillar. Jericho is leaning against this one, but he's standing up while he does it.
Yeah, he will lower himself to Indris and be like, "You alright, ma'am?"
She just looks up at you and nods, but she doesn't say anything. You can see she's still seemingly trying to catch her breath.
Yeah, put a little like hand on her shoulder, like in an attempt of camaraderie.
She
Afraid,
doesn't really react.
afraid I already used my ability on someone else. Otherwise, I would help.
While that's going on, Sapphire, is there anything else that you're doing?
I imagine there's a mirror in here, so I'm wiping away the blood on my face.
There are in fact two.
Cool. I'm not picky. I wipe the blood away before like leaving so Melody can rest. Mouse, will you please stop double clicking my token so you keep bringing up token settings? Thank you. I'll turn to Fox say, thank you for the help.
It's quite all right. Is she going to be all right?
I think she just fell asleep.
He nods. You
Uh,
don't look so well yourself either.
I really don't like poisons.
Shall I help you to a seat?
Be fine.
He nods and lets you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can't catch up with anyone. She is taking her time walking, because, like, fucking God. When a strike of poison takes, like, all but 6 of your life.
Yeah, 25 poison damage is very nasty.
Was that all you took?
Yes. That one strike of poison and just goddamn.
God, you're actually
But you
lucky.
guys-
That's all.
You guys didn't hold.
Melody
You guys
took
didn't
most
hold
of
your
the
breath.
hits.
You guys didn't hold your breath.
Anyway, but
I know
as
it's coming. Also, amazingly, I don't have any shards of glass in me, as far as I'm aware.
It's fine.
Yeah,
You got it up.
any that are in there are not damage, not significant damage.
You had your hood up too, so you're fine.
Yeah.
um,
I
Les-
landed perfectly on the bed, but no cuts or bruises from the glass.
Lessla
You also
will.
remember you just laid Melody in the bed filled with glass.
Yes.
I would have definitely like wiped it clean before, like,
Fair enough.
yeah.
Yeah. As you approach, Lessla will look to you after wiping the blood off Vale's face. And will and funnily enough, Lessla hasn't wiped the blood off her face. Not because she doesn't really think about it. She turns to Sapphire and says, "Oh, is Melody all right?"
I think she's just sleeping right now.
Okay. I think that's everyone.
Also, you got a little, and she kind of like gestures to where the blood is trickled down on Leslie's face.
Lessla will take the same handkerchief she's been using to wipe Vale and will wipe her face as best she can.
While you're doing that, Cheese, go ahead and roll an intimidation check
Okay.
with advantage.
With advantage. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Sorry. 12.
Okay. Everyone else continue.
I think everyone here is all right. I'm going to go check on Dion and introduce Nemo to her.
Right.
He's been here for a while. I'm sure he's aware of it.
Where he may be, he is not going aware of what his exact relationship to her actually is.
And he will remain so.
He is my brother. He should be made aware. And Lessla turns.
Your point? I'm not telling anything of what happened so far to my brother.
For you, you're doing it to protect him.
Exactly.
Nemo is an adventurer. He can take care of himself.
But how do we know someone else won't slip up?
That's why,
Also, keeping it, hush hush is for her protection as well.
yes, I understand. But I believe Nemo and his friends will be good allies when it comes to if we have to openly protect her.
Trust them that much.
I trust my brother. And it was his decision to join these people. So by proxy, I will have to trust them. And then as Lessla walks back, she looks to see how well, how much Nemo's tended to Laura.
He's gotten her pretty well taken care of and bandaged up at this point. The like knock on the head, there was a little bit of blood from it, but mostly now it's just a big bump, like just below her horn.
Lessla will gesture to. I always forget that Lessla actually is quite strong. Like looking at her stats, she will say, "Can we move her to a bed?"
In a moment, I think. He's at this point he's to the point where anything more he needs to do, he has to kind of like remove bits of clothing to get to. But most of it is just, like I said, inconsequential. Just bandaging it up would be a good idea. Because there's some burns on her arms and wrists, and some bite marks and some stab wounds or scratches rather.
Lessla says, "Let's get her into a bed, and then we can have some of the servants look after her."
Nemo nods, and he and Shatora both will help you pick her up and transfer her into we'll say probably one of the near rooms. We'll see
Yeah.
me this one.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's not the room that she that is the one they initially came in on.
I will say it is not.
Okay. Yeah, Lessla will help clear the glass and then lay her down.
All right, so you're doing that. Cheese is doing her own thing. How about Corvus and Sapphire? What are the two of you doing, if anything,
I
before we move
think
on to anything further?
he's like in that mode. He sees Sapphire, sees Vale, like properly checking, seeing Vale since he's calmed down a bit. How's Vale looking?
It looks okay. Like he's taken some hits. Like those things clearly like clawed and bit at him, but nothing serious.
Just glancing. Looks at. You're right, Mr. Vale.
I'm perfectly fine.
You're trained in some medicine, correct?
Minorly.
Just do, if you wouldn't mind, going to do a quick check on Miss Cindrus. And I suppose Mr. Jericho as well. And then kind of leans into him and keep an eye on Mr. Hope.
Which one is Jericho?
The injured. Careful. He's a Bay Knight. So he shouldn't stab you. But be wary, just in case.
Right. I'll get on that.
He was warned of the Bay Knight before.
Yes, but Corvus doesn't know that.
Yes, there's a lot that was not actually communicated after Lessla said that she was here. Mostly
Yeah.
because it's not
Also, if I'm not mistaken, I think Corvus is like has the least health out of everyone.
Probably.
I have 4 HP, and I'm pretty sure everyone has a higher HP count than me.
I
Only by 2.
Yeah.
have 5 HP, and the only reason I have 5 is because I had resistance to fire.
Of the PC, well, I don't know how much Cheese has, but of the PCs, you're correct.
Yeah.
So
NPCs, you are
Cheese
not.
was taken out of bear form, which was 35 hit points, was brought down to 5 hit points normally, and then transformed back into a bear and was at 16 by the time she was in her second bear form.
Moon Druid's
And is
busted, that's what I'm saying. So many
Just,
hit points.
just wait until you get elementals.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, once the veil goes off, he'll turn to a Sapphire and be like, Eldercrow, are you well?
I like throwing my insides out, but other than that, I'm fine.
If that's the case, you should sit down.
I'll be fine.
Just gives it's like almost like it's probably the closest to like a dad look Corvus has. Like a
There's a slight stare off between Corvus and Sapphire before
But
Sapphire just leans against the wall.
and Miss Melody, I believe, was with you.
Yeah. She kind of fell asleep, so I put her on the bed.
From injury or
Exhaustion? Fear? Uh, she kind of gives a slight shrug. She was shaking a lot after she came down from the ceiling. And then just kind of fell asleep in my arms.
things, isn't it? I suppose the one's most critical being taken care of. I'll have a small look at her and make sure everything.
It's probably a good idea.
You should go sit down somewhere though.
You're not gonna drop this, are you?
It's a hand on her shoulder. I like to consider us friends. What I understand, friends look out for each other.
And you're looking
No,
worse off than me, so you should sit down.
I'll sit down when everything's taken care
It's a bit hypocritical, don't you think?
of. I've lived in the woods for a number of years now, ma'am. I can only sit down. Things are taken care of. I've had
Sapphire
worse.
opens her mouth to retort because before moving into Waterdeep, she also lived in the forest,
Yeah.
but she understands that he means in a different way, so she closes her mouth again.
I've been in worse than this.
All right, fine. I'll find somewhere to sit.
Good.
And she does kind of roll her eyes at that.
There's a bit of a checkup going on in the foyer. If you wish to sit there. He will still. He's walking on his own 2 feet. But you do see occasionally he sticks an arm out slightly to touch the wall, but it's very only occasionally, and then starts making his way to the front.
Wait, Corvus. And she
Yeah.
will, like, before he, like, goes all the way over here, she will hand him her health potion.
He looks at it and goes, "Give it to someone who needs it." Very good. Bring it to the foyer.
Right?
All
Okay.
fine.
Not for you, but okay. Just, like, looks at the scene. He's fucking half-eaten man. Right. I'm just gonna go into a different room. I imagine there's a stare down happening here, so I'm like, I'm just sit on the couch here. Just like looks in this room, sees Cheese
About
and
to walk.
Hope.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, party, that is an angry Cheese. Okay, nope.
About to step in, checks the vibe. Vibes are bad. Immediately leaves.
No, like even more of a passive vibe check of like sees like basically that like the gif of that one Simpsons where the old man just walks in, puts his hat on, turns around, puts his hat back on, leaves. That's basically what Sapphire did.
Gotcha. Right. Is anyone else doing anything?
Just doing a checkup on Melody.
Okay.
Good to go.
After we put Laura in the bed, Lesla's gonna head downstairs.
Alright. So the first thing I'm going to go to is Cheese. Cheese, if you want to do anything in this room, this is just a curtain.
Fine.
There is no
Close
door.
the curtain.
Okay. The curtain is closed.
Damn, now I'm wishing I was like sit over. Oh, never mind. I wouldn't be able to see through the curtain.
Oh, what symbol is this? And she will point to the symbol on the sword.
He looks at it. Don't know.
I think you're a liar.
Just because I have it, just because I'm wearing it doesn't mean I know what it is.
You didn't get hurt. I was almost brought down twice as a bear.
Roll me a persuasion check, Cheese.
Persuasion. Fuck me sideways. 11.
Okay. He shrugs. Good, staying out of the way.
Hope. Please. If there is anything that you know, we need to know now.
I don't
I have
know
been.
what it means. If I
Then
did,
what do you
I'd
know about
tell
it?
you.
Why do you have it? Who gave it to you?
Go ahead and roll me another persuasion.
Okay. No bonuses or advantage or disadvantage or anything?
Nope.
Okay. Oh my god. I'm gonna die. I have a +3! It should be working! I know, Susan!
We need
Man,
to
even
get
Susan's like, what the fuck
Hey.
is wrong?
we need to get Cheese a cat familiar so that whenever she shouts at one of the cats, she is actually shouting at a cat.
I always imagine it's just Cheese shouting at a fucking
It's one of the
stray
bugs.
cat.
Calico.
It's one of the bugs. Like
Yeah.
it's isn't canonically the lizard that thinks it's a beetle named Susan.
It is a beetle.
Maybe.
There is a. She has
No,
something.
no, no,
called
no, no,
Susan.
no, 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 no. She's screaming at the fucking centipede.
Something-
That is always basically flipping Cheese off.
It just sits. It has continued ever since you got to sit in there and menace you.
Cheese will add on, Please, Hope. Before one of us dies from it.
It ain't
You
gonna
saw
hurt you.
Sindris go down. You saw
It
me
ain't gonna
nearly
hurt
die.
you.
What did Hope say?
It ain't gonna hurt you.
And what will it do?
Roll me a say insight.
Insight.
Mhm.
Something she's
Bless
good
the
at.
dice. Bless the dice.
16.
Hope wants to say something. You can tell he wants to talk. But
Please, Hope.
something is holding him back, and you're not sure if that something is him or not.
Cheese will sort of take his hands in hers, if he'll let her. What can you tell me? Please.
You've seen what I can do, right?
Yes.
I can't tell you more than that.
Cheese is thinking, and she's taking a long time. She has to think before words come out of her mouth. It's hard. It's a process.
I will say,
And
from what you can tell, he looks really apologetic. He looks upset.
you promise that you will only use it to take them down. To ally with us. And maybe
It's only going against them? No. They will never go against you. Yes.
I fear the others may not be as trusting as I.
I know.
If I can try to help you. Do you want this?
I asked for it.
Do you want it still?
Yeah. I think I do.
If it changes, Hope. I worry for you. And if you go against your word, I say this not as a threat, but as a promise, you will go down by my hand, and I will not do it happily.
You see Hope does drop the mask here, and he's still significantly shorter than you.
Mm-hmm.
I forget, how tall is Cheese?
She is
Tall as fuck.
6'2" or 6'2", I think.
Hope's about a foot shorter than you, meaning he's about eye level with Cheese cleavage.
I would have to double check.
Hope's like 5'4". He's short.
Short boy.
No, Cheese is 6'4".
Okay, so yeah, so he really is eye level.
Isn't like most of the party at least eye level with Cheese's chest?
No, sure. Corvus is.
Most of them are at
6'2".
least 5'8" or 9", I think.
Leslie's
Except Lessla.
5'4". Yeah, Leslie's 5'4".
Yeah, Lesla's the same height as Hope.
Sapphire is like an inch or two taller than those two.
Actually, no,
And
Hope
then
is 5'6", so he's a little bit taller than Sapphire.
Like I said,
Yeah.
most of the party.
Yeah,
Corvus is 6'2".
still not tall. But Cheese, he does give you a hug.
Aw.
If it was anyone else, I would also awe. But it's not anyone else. It's Hope. He
Cheese will hug him
stabs
back.
people. It's what he does.
I stab people!
He stabs people in the back, though.
I can do that too!
He stabs people we don't want to stab. Stabs in the back.
That's not true.
Cheese will
Shush.
hug him back and just say, "Please, I am begging you. Do not let me down."
I know. I don't plan on it.
And Cheese will let Hope go, sigh heavily, and nod. Now we will pretend this conversation never happened.
Hope nods, having shifted back. And goes and pulls this chair out, sits in and kicks his feet up on the desk.
And Cheese will go back to the hallway. Is Boy still right here?
Boy has
Or is
followed.
Boy
Where did
following
Corvus go?
Corvus?
I think a boy would have wanted the Drake to stay with the group of injured people because that's.
Boy would have gone off
comfort.
to find his prize since everyone looks okay.
Oh, yeah. No, to be fair, I did tell him that good for him. So.
Yep, it is
That's-
right here.
He's the emotional support
over
trait.
Nope, I told him there's another one.
Yeah, it was this one over here.
The emotional support trait.
Yes. You can't. Of course, would have told him not to eat. This boy really likes human flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And eat those. We need those guys to have proper food. It's changeling meat, which means this is his first changeling. So we'll see how much he likes it.
Do you think it's stringy?
It's probably like a gum.
Yeah.
I was about to say, yeah, it's probably chewy.
Yeah.
Like animal fat.
Sapphire is just over here focusing on her breathing because, like, fuck, she feels sick. Fucking poison.
Everybody in this room, how we doing? How we living? How we feeling?
Like I said, Sapphire is trying not to throw up, but she's
Mhm.
fine.
Sapphire,
Yes, she is.
look me in the eye for a moment, please.
Sorry,
and then
other
Cheese-
campaign where it's a bad idea to look in people's eyes. Just
Yeah.
has
Cheese will guide her through a quick breathing exercise and cast Cure Wounds at first level. You get 12 hit points.
While you're doing that, Corvus, you went to go check on Melody.
Yeah, I'm doing a proper check. Corvus is proficient in medicine. And I always play it as like he's learnt how to bandage his own wounds so well he can kind of do it for other people if need be. He's giving her a check over like okay, is she got a? Because those things, whatever they were gross. So there could be partial, like already quick acting infection. Who knows what those guys put their little grubby hands in before coming to the house? She's checking for signs of like, oh, I got better cover this or get infected, things like that. And also making sure like she's not already developing, but also fever-like symptoms. But also he doesn't understand her biology because if she has a high metabolism, she's going to be pretty warm. So he's going to have to take into like stuff he knows about animals as well. He doesn't know. He's just checking, making sure she is okay to the best
She
of his
seems
knowledge.
a little bit warmer than your average person, but not by much.
Yeah, of course
Most
he's
other
taking.
people probably wouldn't even be able to tell.
Yeah. How about her wounds? Is it like just bruising, or is there like?
It's like slashes and gouges and one very big bite.
I can also smell her breath, as I think he heard Sapphire say something about poison, so he's checking her, and he remembers seeing. Actually, he remembers seeing the burst of poison himself. She resisted, as I succeeded in the save. So he's gonna smell her breath to see if he smells that similar smell of the poison on her breath.
No, but I do need you to roll me a con save real quick.
Bad breath. Fish. Lots of fish.
Lots of fish.
Mm.
You forcibly like jerk back as her breath is not just bad, it's
Yeah.
unnaturally so.
Right.
Like something died in there.
Similar to the drakes, or like worse?
No, like there is a rotting corpse inside her throat.
Okay, he will just do a quick hold his breath. Quick examination, make sure the airways aren't blocked. If that, because it could be something stuck in her throat. Who knows? Maybe she took a bite out of one of the things. Who knows?
And then she bites his finger.
So you're like opening up her mouth and poking around in there.
Not like poking around, just like opening up, trying to angle ahead to get light because we don't have torches. Trying to get a look down the throat.
So you notice her teeth are a little bit sharper than you would have
That's
thought, given
expected.
the look of her. But no, she seems healthy as far as you can tell. However, as you are doing that, one of her eyes does open up and look at you. Only one.
Yeah. He still like kind of doing this, like notices she's awake, or at least one of the eyes opens. Finishes his check and just he's being very gentle in his grip. He just relaxes his grip on her jaw a little bit, lets it down, and looks at the eye.
It blinks, but is still looking at you. Again, only the one.
This goes back to checking her over.
As you do that, it closes.
But
She
otherwise,
herself
she
has
looked.
not reacted.
Corvus has occasionally helped birds and other animals. On a very limited occasion, doesn't do it very often. But when he does do it, did that seem like a thing that animals do, or did it seem like just like
No, that
she
was
was?
very unsettling to you.
It was only when I was fuddling with her mouth. I touched her head, and nothing happened. I was examining her body, and nothing happened. I was looking at her wings, and nothing happened. But only when I was fiddling with the mouth, the eye opened. I think, just out of curiosity, because he is that way inclined, he'll place his hand gently on her chin, and just watching the eyes.
Gently, you're not applying any pressure or anything.
enough to like you would feel it if you were like paying attention. Not enough to
Okay,
like.
so just like it's there, not like you're like trying
Yeah.
to force it to go anywhere.
Not at the moment.
Yeah, there's no change. It doesn't open or anything.
Okay, then he'll slowly grip the chin, and then like because she's unconscious, so he'll use it to slowly open her mouth.
Still nothing.
This is 2 fingers on the cheeks.
On both cheeks.
Yeah, on both cheeks. Kind of pushing
Okay.
him in a little bit.
Still nothing.
We'll just tap one of her teeth.
There's a little bit of a flutter with that same eye, but nothing.
He's kind of curious, because that's to him. I think he's figured it out. It's some sort of response to things interacting with her mouth. So he's like, if he sticks his finger in there, he's like, she's gonna open that eye again.
Do you stick your finger in there?
Is there? I guess there's no food in here, is there?
No.
It's sleeping girl. I don't want to stick my finger in a sleeping girl's mouth. If it is, let's just make sure everything's okay.
He probably has some kind of rations on you, I would assume.
Not on me. I'd have to go find him because Corvus left everything he had in his room, so that he didn't have anything unnecessary. Um. Yeah, I think that's all he can do without food in hand. If he had some food on him, it'd be better, but he doesn't.
It occurs to you there might be some in the kitchen.
Sure, I think Corvus will be like, might be. Sure. I'll say he will head to the kitchen and grab some I don't know, meat maybe.
Okay.
You didn't really
You're
seem to
gonna
have a
do that.
preference.
Lessla, you want to go and talk to Diorn.
Rex, did you die?
I'm here now. I'm sorry, what was that?
You wanted to go and talk to
Yes,
Diorn.
I want to go talk to Diorn. And
Okay.
probably taking Nemo with me.
Okay.
Down we go. Good boy.
You'll have to give the GM one moment as he can't seem to find the right token.
One of these days, I'm gonna be able to sit down with you, and you can learn token states, and it'll make your life so much easier.
It's not that. It's I have a token for human Diorn and I can't find it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Is you can set a rollable table with the multiple things, and just set it to which one instead of having to swap out which tokens where.
I may actually not have ever uploaded it. Give me a moment.
You fool!
Just to kind of explain what Cheese is doing in the interim, she's just kind of going around, checking on people and giving healing spells. I would imagine by the time this is all over, she's used all of her spell slots on healing spells for various people.
Yes. Probably the only person who doesn't get a healing spell is probably Lessla.
I would
It's-
say Corvus, if he's approached by Cheese, he'll say, go heal everyone else first. Because to him, as long if everyone's not healthy, because to him they matter. If they were consistent, he's very consistent in this. Because this has happened every time she's
While
tried.
I
The only
get
time
this upload, why don't I let Cheese and Sapphire have some time?
Yeah, it was just sort of that like quick thing. Cheese is going around to NPC. Who? Okay, so I'm just gonna count off how many spell slots I have. 2 second level spell slots left, 2 first level spell slots left. I'm gonna be using all of those on cure wounds. Each of the party members get one because fuck you, I don't care.
Good luck finding me.
You'll get one eventually. Corvus, you get a second level. I don't care. You can't run away from this.
Yes,
I
be
am
willing.
unwilling.
Fuck you.
No, you just gotta stun him.
Who was
Stun
it
him
that
so
was
he can't agree nor
looking
disagree.
the worst? It was the barbarian. The bear totem lady.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cast second level cure wounds on her.
Okay.
She gets 10. And then who else is looking like shit in this room?
I'd be surprised if Fox wasn't, if he was
Fox
supposedly in a
actually
room
looks
alone.
relatively okay. Willow Song, not as much.
I'll go to her, and then I'll use my other second level. Actually, yeah, I'll use my other second level healing spell on her. Or second level cure wounds. She gets 9.
Okay.
Talked to Syndrus already, given her some judge. Jericho, get your ass over here. You get a first level cure wounds.
healing I need is the light of my lord.
Yeah,
No,
blah blah
fuck you.
blah. Poke.
Light of its lord, the darkness of his lord.
I'm doing it over the corpse.
We don't know what kind of Beta he is.
Standing in the chest cavity of the corpse, I'm casting cure wounds on that man.
Okay.
He gets 8 HP.
He looks better.
Vale, how's Vale doing? You fine?
Vale's relatively okay, all things considered. He's got some
He's,
scratches
yeah.
and bruises, but he looks okay.
Is Syndra still looking like a...
Zarfea is still below half health, yes.
Hard to tell if she's low on blood or not because she's just so white.
Well, you'll know because she'll turn
Corvus, you
blue.
can't just say people are just so white.
Oh, she is though.
Syndrus, would you like me to heal you again? Or Zarfea? Gods, I don't care about what your names anymore.
Neither of them are especially needy of it.
Okay.
If it's Corvus is the only idiot in the only idiot who's like, I don't want to heal him. Oh.
He's just now just gonna kind of like explore the house. Because she hasn't been into this place.
Do you want Sapphire to come with you after you've healed her?
She certainly can if she wants to. Cheese won't.
Where are you? You vanished from my view.
I went up.
Okay, cool.
I went this way first. To the left.
Got a pet
Kitchen's
boy
actually
on the way by.
Cool.
I think Cheese is just walking around kind of aimlessly.
Yeah.
If she hears conversation happening behind a closed door, she isn't gonna impose.
As
not
much
right
as the
now.
flickering door says.
Well, no,
Touching it.
I was touching it. Anyway,
Sapphire's like, there are a lot of rooms. Jeez.
yeah, yes, there are. once again, surprise.
Back in the good old days, Sapphire probably would have looked at this house and been like, I could probably
One day.
snag a few things from there.
Who else is in this house that needs healing? I've got one more spell.
Corvus.
Corvus.
Yeah, well,
Melody.
Corvus refuses help.
Yeah, but you already looked over everyone.
I haven't looked over Melody, but she's also been put to bed.
Laura technically needs
Laura.
healing. We put her to bed too.
Whatever. I'm just gonna. Whatever. I'll keep that one first level spell to myself then. Jace isn't gonna use it on a sleeping person. She finds that intrusive doing magic on a sleeping person.
Understandable.
This man is dying. He needs healing. Oh, he's sleeping though.
Look, they've been put to bed, and implicating that, dude, how sleep works in D&D is you go to bed and then you wake up better.
You cast a healing spell when Corvus was unconscious. Don't pretend you have this weird moral.
No, there's a difference. There's a difference between unconscious and sleeping.
No, there isn't. They're both unconscious.
No,
One is
also doesn't know where they
voluntary,
are.
The other is involuntary.
Plus, Jason doesn't know
You think they
fucking
fall
Melody
asleep
at all.
voluntarily?
Yeah, it's called lying.
There's a difference between player characters and NPCs, you dumb fuck. I don't care.
You know what? The next time you cast Cure Wounds on me when I'm unconscious, I'll be unwilling.
You can't resist.
In my soul.
She just looks like a fucking mess. She has blood swiped across her face. She's chilling.
Okay.
Do you want to try and find some place to clean off the blood?
No.
Okay. Not questioning it.
Did you finally get it uploaded?
Oh, it's been uploaded for a while. I was just letting you guys go.
Yeah,
But
every
it's,
time. Come, Nemo.
So here, I'm gonna go ahead and move you all over here.
I must introduce you to someone.
I did not see.
Man, in all our exploring, we ended up down here.
I
Ignore
was
the fact that you guys are there, it's just so that you have vision on this map.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get Nemo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's pretty.
Yes. Is Shitora following, or is she letting Nemo go by himself?
Unless you tell her not to, she will. But if you tell her not to, she won't protest.
Lessla doesn't know what to say, considering the nature of their potential relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So if Nemo, Lessla will, as they're starting to walk down the stairs, will turn to Nemo and say, do you truly trust Shitora with a secret of the family?
What secret are we talking about? I don't know of any I still have any reason to respect, I suppose.
This is a very personal secret for the moment. Maybe one day it will be more public.
She'll pipe up at that. Oh, I can just stay here. That's fine.
Well, if Nemo trusts you, then I will trust you.
You've just put Nemo in a very rough spot.
I know I did.
What a bitch.
Well, I don't see why I wouldn't.
All right, well, she can
Good
come
man.
then.
Oh, that's the wrong answer.
Yeah.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. That'd be
Mhm.
Yeah.
you.
You know.
That seems to make her happy. You have the feeling that he may not know about her feelings as of
Yeah.
the moment.
Lessla pinned that from the moment that she started acting awkward in the manor. That's the one reason why she said what she said to Shitora before she left. Please take
Mhm.
good care of my brother.
That's funny.
But yeah, you see the young girl kind of poke her head out from behind one of the pillars here. And when she sees it's you, she runs up and she gives you a hug.
Yeah, Lessla will hug her back and says, "Are you all right, Dion?"
Oh, I'm fine. It's kind of dark and it smells a little weird down here, but it's nice.
I can't imagine. How have you been liking our new home?
I like it a lot. It's a lot bigger than the last thing I knew.
I apologize that I wasn't able to come speak to you earlier when I did visit. Have you met Nemo yet?
Mhm.
What do you think of him?
I like him a lot.
Hmm.
He's nice. Everyone here is.
Let me introduce the two of you properly then. Lessla stands up and stands behind Diorn, putting her hands on her shoulders. And give me one moment. This child is Diorn Altieri. She is my daughter.
If Nemo were drinking something, he'd be choking on it.
So they both look surprised. However, Diorn looks confused. It occurs to you that you haven't told her
Yes,
this
I
either.
know. That's what this entire conversation is supposed to be. At which point, Lessla will turn Diorn around and kneel. As she says is, remember the day that we met Diorn in the cave? Or actually, no. No, we were in a... She hatched in the... Where did she hatch?
In the weird spot.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait.
In
Yeah.
the...
Undermount's the easiest way to say it.
Yeah, in Undermountain. Yeah, I guess. It was in the cave that she hatched. Oh, you know, it hatched in there. It did,
Yeah.
and then it carried, and then three pseudo dragons were carried out.
Yep.
Two
That
sort of giants and a very small dragon.
When we first met, I had been messing with magical items absent-mindedly because I was a bit distraught after reliving a memory. When I touched a tablet filled with conjuration magic, in my hands, your egg appeared.
It's the worst person to be in conversation in the world.
Right.
When a mommy and a dad usually touch magical artifacts and eggs appear.
And that was how you were created. By all accounts, I am responsible for bringing you into this world. And that makes me your mother. I wasn't really sure how to tell you that without it being confusing.
She takes a few moments, but then she smiles and she gives you a big warm hug.
Mhm.
I don't know if I really understand. It sounds strange, but I'm glad to know you.
Now, as our study of magic becomes more broad, you should come to an understanding of it. At which point, Lessla then, you know, lifting Dior. Actually, no, it's probably really hard to lift Dior.
Oh yeah, she's like real heavy.
Standing.
Actually, can you
not
lift
at the moment, actually.
Can you lift the Drake?
I
Is she
think,
about the Drake size?
Yeah,
she's like 200
She's
pounds.
she's a little smaller than the Drake size.
Because the Drake's
just
like
slightly.
200 pounds.
hold up, let me look at my lifting capacity. Where is
It's probably not your carry capacity. It's probably in your lift capacity, but not your carry capacity.
it's in my lift capacity, so yeah. Actually, if it's only a little over my carry capacity, funnily enough.
Yeah, but little over still means it's lift.
Yeah. Anyway, but
Just use your knees.
we'll lift Diorn and says, and this is Nemo. He is my half brother and your uncle.
She waves. It's good to meet you, Uncle Nemo. Nemo just kind of like half-heartedly raises a hand and like gives a part of a wave. Still seemingly recovering.
Do you have any questions, Nemo?
So many. Obviously, so many.
Obviously, so many, but none.
Where do I begin to start? How? And who? And what? I just. How
How?
old is she? She looks to be about 12.
She looks to be
in the
about
current
12, but I think
She's like
a
less
month.
than a month? Like less? Yeah, about a month.
About a month.
Give or take. Give or take.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, he's still, as far as he knows, looking at a 12-year-old human girl who looks nothing like you.
Half
yes.
elf girl.
Yes, half elf girl.
Yes.
Dion, would you please drop the illusion?
Oh, is it okay too?
In front of these two, yes.
What if the others come in?
They will be busy for the moment, and after you show them, you can.
Actually, as that is mentioned, you do hear some footsteps out in the hallway.
Is it the servants?
You get the feeling that may have been who she was talking about.
Okay.
And there's a knock on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Lessla.
Are you in here?
Lessla will open the door. Still holding Dior, and says, "Oh, you must. Go ahead. Come in."
Very large orc ducks below the thing here, and looks at you. Sees Diorn over here and gives her a big smile. Then back to you.
I am Lessla Silverster, one of the residents now. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Where are my manners? And he reaches out a hand to like shake for yours.
Yeah, Lessla will shake it.
He has a very firm and very strong handshake. You vibrate a little.
Don't let him pat you on the back.
Yeah, you'll just go flying across the room.
Yeah, don't let Swole Beast Boy pat you on the back. You will break your spine.
How tall is he?
He is about 7'2".
Okay, that's that is within Lesla's realm of I'm used to dealing with people this size.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up, let me go double check how tall Lesla's family is.
Are you from a family of giants or something?
Well, just tall people.
Okay, none of them are quite that tall, but they're close.
Orc.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's evidently it's fairly recent in our thing. But yeah, she's used to dealing with people this size and probably that with that musculature.
Okay.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure's all mine. Are you the new people in charge?
That would be correct. There's myself and a few other of the residents. At the moment, some of them are unconscious from the excitement, as it were. If you could go upstairs and see if you can help tend to any of them, and introduce yourself while you're at it.
Gotcha. Will do. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself here, didn't I?
Yes.
You can just call me Gogs. That's what everyone else does. Full
Gogs?
name's
GOG, GOG.
Gogs.
Gogs.
G-O-G-Z-R-S. What's your choice?
Oh, was it?
Both. It's both.
Dogs.
I'll go Gogs.
GOGS. GOGZS. That's what I'm putting it
Orcish
as.
is harder on the tongue.
Understandable. It's a pleasure to meet you, Sir Gogs.
And with that, and another smile towards Diorn, he heads on up.
It's gonna be
Half or full orc? Checking.
Full.
For notes purposes, thank you.
He's actually really tall for an orc.
Orcs can get pretty big.
They can get pretty big, but the player orc, I think, caps out at 7 foot.
No, not even that tall. If you use the rule things, not even that tall. But considering how humans can be over 7 feet tall, why can't an orc be over 7?
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So, is there anyone else in here?
There is, but they haven't come in yet.
Yes. Lessla will look out the door and says, it is safe to come out now.
There's not really a response. You get the feeling whoever else is in here might be just further in.
Okay. Well,
Make it quick.
Lessla will close the door after Gogs leaves then.
Okay.
And she'll look to Diorn after he's fully left and says, you just need to show them who you truly are for a moment, so that they understand the weight of the situation.
She nods. And she will quickly take off the ring so that they can both see, and then put it back on. If you thought Nemo's jaw and Shatora's jaws had already dropped as far as they could, you are proven wrong quickly.
Yes.
They're currently through the floor.
And now you understand why this is a very personal secret.
I certainly do. Shatora just nods. She looks like she wants to say something, but is not.
Wow, Lessla, you just made the chatterbox shut up.
She has enough social awareness to realize that this is to some degree still a family moment,
no, I know.
and
I
her
just thought it was
questions
funny.
are yeah.
Yes. So now that you understand how and who she is, do you have any other questions?
Many, but they can wait. Someone should probably check on the other servants.
Yes, I will do that. Dion, stay by your uncle. I'm sure you can keep her safe.
Yes. CR3 dragon. We need protection.
And Lessla will now look around to see if she can't find. Ah, here we are. That's a nun.
So in here you see a she looks to be probably about the same age as you. She's in here scrubbing, with her back turned to you, and the older gentleman is he's doing some work on it looks like a brush. He's got a few of them in a bucket here. He seems to be cleaning them in. And she looks up at him, still not aware that you've entered the room. Really, Father? There's a battle going on upstairs, and we're cleaning the bathtub?
That's a good man right there.
that is
None of our business, sweetheart. None of our
And
business.
he
No,
he
that's
takes
keeping
another
your
brush
child
and like continues
distracted.
cleaning it
That's
off. Battle is no excuse for lapse in our duties. How many times have I told you this? A lot.
I just want to
But
see
don't
what
you
they
think
look
we should be
like.
doing something
Now,
good.
where are
other
they?
than
God damn it! I can't be in the room and see these people.
don't you think we should be doing something
them
other
later.
than just, I don't know, cleaning mold that's not even here? We did clean it just yesterday. It's the only spot we have to clean, and so we will clean. And make ourselves useful during our time.
Mold is a tricky thing. You gotta get it before it gets you.
She
Lessla.
does get back to scrubbing, but she looks very, very She seems very frustrated.
Lessla
She
is
currently has her dress kind of wrapped up tight around her waist to a degree, so she can get actually in here without getting herself wet.
Lessla was actually very amused and so wasn't going to interrupt. But as the conversation comes to an end, she'll walk forward, and I think I should make a stealth check because she's not trying to disturb her while she's cleaning.
Are you attempting to scare her or no?
I'm not attempting to scare her, but Lessla will put her hand on her shoulder after
You're
she
attempting
walks
to
in.
scare her.
I'm not
That is very
attempting
much
to
what you
scare
are
her.
attempting to scare her.
If you're saying you're actively sneaking, you're attempting
I'm not
to scare
actively sneaking. She's just not drawing attention to herself until she puts a hand on the woman's shoulder.
You're
That poor
actively
woman's
sneaking.
soul is
That's
gonna
what-
leave
That's
her
the
body.
definition of actively sneaking.
Roll a stealth check.
Her soul is going to leave her body.
Eh,
She's going to
oh.
die. No. Okay, good.
I'm not very stealthy.
You are.
You can have advantage because she's currently cleaning and
No!
arguing with her dad.
No, she's going to die. Okay, good.
Like I said, I'm not actively sneaking. I'm just
You're-
not drawing attention to myself.
Makes sense. Leslie's like, I'm going to try and be
Same
quiet.
thing.
And just that, you got too many bruises to the knees. You just stumble. Fuck.
That's not the same.
Well,
Too many arrows to the
this may be a more interesting action anyway. As you Lessla take a few steps and slip a little bit on the freshly cleaned marble, causing a bit of a squeak. At which point she whirls around with the mop and points the mop at you.
as you do.
Lessla, seeing
Then
that,
sees that you don't look like any kind. Well, no, you kind of do right now.
No, I
don't
do.
you?
Yeah. That's the point.
yes, that is the point. Lessla, hair is braided. She doesn't actually look like a noble. She's wearing fine clothing, but she looks more like a rich person, not just a noble.
Mm-hmm.
So as she points,
That's enough. She looks at you like, and seems to like hesitate a moment, like she's not sure what to do.
Lessla will.
Father. And he looks up from his brush and looks very pointedly at you.
Yes, if this was a random Korean web novel, this is when they would just immediately be dead. Anyway, Lessla will just with a single finger push the mop to the side, because I imagine that it's like the mop head out towards me.
Yeah, it's whatever she was holding is currently brandished at you, and yes, it is just the mop head.
Yeah, so she's pushing it to the side and says, "It's good to see that you have strong reactions, miss.
And who are you?
I
And at that point, kind of on cue, you hear a door burst open and running down the hallway as Shatora comes running down. Sorry, we forgot to let anyone know.
and
Hi,
does
hi.
she slip on
This
the
is.
soap as she walks in?
She needs to make a check.
I never run in a pool.
Man, this
She's fine. She skids a little bit, but stops.
okay. I was expecting it was gonna turn into a 3-car pileup of where she slips, runs into Lessla, and then all three of them fall into the bath, which then prompts Nemo to run in and see all of us in soaking wet.
At least rebuke.
Mm.
Hmm. Shatora.
These are who's actually in charge. Sorry, didn't get a chance to tell you yet. Everything upstairs is fine, by the way. I have other things to be doing. Uh, bye.
As she's walking off, Leslie says is, do be careful not to slip when you reach the other room. At which point she,
You don't actually hear her run into the other bathroom.
no, I know, she was making a joke. Because
Hmm.
because she heard her kind of slip here. As she turns back and says is, yes, I am Lessla Silverster of the Silverster Barony. And she offers.
It's a pleasure to meet you, young lady. Oh, yes. Sorry, milady. I didn't know it was you.
It is understandable. Which point, Lessla then pushes the mop completely away
As you start to reach for it, she quickly pulls away and goes back to what she was doing,
now.
trying to be as small as possible.
There's no need to be embarrassed. I do not hold anything against you for the time being. It is our first meeting, after all.
That's the worst thing you can say.
That's very gracious of you, my lady.
May I
I
have
know
your
I'm covered in
names?
blood.
To be fair, I'm only covered in my own blood.
And ichor and some demon ichor. It'd stab a guy.
But Lesla's waiting for them to introduce themselves.
Yeah, this is where the GM has to look at his old notes.
Has it been that long?
It has been a long time since I made. When did you find out about this?
I don't know, like
8
8
million
sessions
years
What
ago?
year is
ago.
it? What year is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
eight
what year
sessions
is
ago.
it?
It is,
Probably
I believe,
about
the
4
year of
months.
our Lord
Yep,
3055.
yep.
Anyway.
The older gentleman gives you a slight bow. My apologies. My name is Bendham, and this is my daughter, Larly.
Endin and Marley?
Bendham, Bendam, and Larly, Larle.
And Marley.
Well,
Got you.
I'm waiting for them to pop up in the chat to see if I had the spelling accurate.
Spelled no.
I know. But, like, sometimes it's kind of hard to hear. Because I do have him turned down because he can be a bit loud comparatively.
well, Sir Bendham, Miss Larley, the fighting is
heard
indeed
Marley.
over, and
Oh, Lolly
you
Roll.
are free to go upstairs. And I do quite apologize. It was quite an exciting event. You will have your hands full for the next few days.
That is to be expected, my lady. But for now, we shall continue what we're doing here. A job halfway done is a disgrace. And you can see her shoulders slump as he says that.
Lessla smiles a little bit because it reminds her of home. Like, it's the one thing that she actually did enjoy was the servants'
He
interactions with
seems
each
more
other.
straightforward and conscientious of his duties than even a lot of the servants you had did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's the interactions between the servants that she liked.
Rex sounds like one of those people like who would just like you sit in the hall to listen to the servants talk because it's like human conversation.
Well, it's less that and more Cloud would listen to them talk and then would show her images. Because Lessla more or less isolated herself in her later years at the Barony.
While you're doing that, though, while you're down there having this conversation, back upstairs. Out from the well, here steps the the orc.
Look at the orc. Look at cheese. Look at the orc. Look at
Looks
cheese.
around.
Uh,
The first person he sees is Cheese, and he not taking care at all to be quiet, just kind of like comes stomping up behind or wherever Cheese is looking. He just comes stomping up towards you. You must
Hello?
also be one of the new owners.
I hope so.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. And he reaches out his hand for a handshake.
Pleasure is all mine?
Do you shake his hand?
Yeah.
He, again, has the very firm handshake. Cheese, you vibrate up and down a little bit as he shakes it.
as that's happening, Sapphire's going to take a moment to disguise herself to look like her normal self, as opposed to, the
Mm-hmm.
dyed hair and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, lovely meeting in the background. Nom 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 nom.
Boy, like gnawing on the corpse. He looks over. That's gonna take some cleaning. But he doesn't seem
There's
bothered.
one on the front lawn as well, in the front little entryway. Sorry, that one
Well,
was
it's at
my
least easier
fault.
to clean. From his reaction, you get the feeling this may not have been the first time.
I'm an orc, you see.
And what is your name?
You can call me Gogs. Everyone else does.
I see. Gogs.
And your name, milady?
I am called Bleu Cheese.
Ah, interesting name. Very nice, if I might say so.
Thank you.
Am I not supposed to say so? Sorry, customs are a little bit odd for me still.
I might be a little concussed. It's all right.
I was punched in the head.
It's been a long day.
Should I go to the kitchen and make you something to gnaw on? I don't know if
I'm
that's a prescribed
okay.
method, but that's what I've always been taught.
I'm all
Though
right.
orcs are a bit different than most.
I would
Love it.
recommend checking on the others first.
Of course, of course. Let me know if you need anything.
Thank
Hello there,
you.
ma'am.
Hello. So glad she actually disguised herself to look like her normal self, so like when they do come later, there's no confusion. Just like craning her neck to look at him.
Mm-hmm. It's a pleasure to meet you. Once again, the handshake.
Yep. So Sapphire's just
Once
glad it's
again,
not a pat on
firm.
the back.
Once again, firm. But you shake a bit as he does it.
I hear your name is Gogs.
Yes, indeed. And you would be?
My name is Sapphire Eldercrow.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you, Lady Eldercrown.
The pleasure's
Anything I can
mine.
do for you?
No, I think I'm quite good at the moment, thank you.
All
Um,
right.
I
If
think
you
you'll
need
meet.
anything, just
I
let
think
me know.
I think you'll meet some of the others that way. And she kind of like gestures to where she last saw like she knows where Melody is, but where she last saw Corvus.
Ah,
Which-
I was heading there anyway. Want to make sure none of the scoundrels got into the food. I will speak with you later, Miss
It's so
Eldercrown.
good. Of course, it's in his noble getup and not his normal getup. Because it would be like this homeless man in the fucking bins.
Well, how do you do, sir?
Corvus turns and points a dagger at his man's throat.
Oh. My apologies. Well, you
think
happen to
that's
be
a-
one of the new owners.
I put a biscuit in my mouth.
I imagine Corvus himself has a bit of the food in his mouth. It is good food.
he was like, "Ooh, food. I need to be a squirrel."
It's not actually a dagger, it's a butter knife.
Sorry. For some reason, I thought when he appeared, I would just put it in my mouth. Like that. Goes. No. Goes back to what he was doing, which is just like he's probably like cut some meat up small, found some meat, cut it up
He
small.
says no, he's not one of the new owners.
Essentially, no.
Are you a friend of theirs?
Just gonna, because I feel like Corvus is gonna cause a bit of an issue. No, he is.
Hmm?
He is one of us, one of the new owners.
Is your back still turned to him, Corvus?
You never turn your back to a street. He was like, when I say he turned back, he didn't look away from him. He was just picking up the little sliced bits of meat and then picking them up, getting ready to go.
Ah. Well, seeing that your hands are full, instead of going for a handshake, he goes for a firm clap on the back. Roll a strength
Yes!
save, Corvus.
A what? What?
Strength save.
He's patting you on the.
That kind of makes
It's
sense.
always-
He
Well, I
pats you
mean-
on the back, and Corvus goes sprawling across the floor.
You wanna know what it is? You wanna know what it is?
Along with all, Corvus, you can roll a dex save to see if you
Corvus is
save
a
the
guy.
food.
That's fair.
He shakes everyone. He's gentle with the girls. Corvus is a guy, so he's a bit more rough.
I mean, like once Corvus, to be fair, Corvus probably would have put his dagger away if he saw the guy was non-threatening. I mean, because if he held a hand out, Corvus would have put the dagger down.
Roll a dex save, Corvus. See how much of the food you save.
Nat
Once
20.
Corvus doesn't go prone, we're good.
Oh,
All of it goes sprawling across the floor.
It does sort of make sense. Corvus is basically just down from an adrenaline high, so it makes sense he's kind of exhausted.
Nope.
Does
Sorry
Corvus go
about that.
prone though?
Yes. With a nat 1, yes.
Yeah, no. Corvus sits up. I think Sapphire's seen this
Before you even get the chance, you hear behind. Sorry about that, as he picks you up by the shoulders and places you on your feet.
I growl at him.
You what?
I growl at him.
Okay, you growl at him. He doesn't seem to notice. I'll get right on cleaning that up. So sorry. Don't always know my own strength.
I'll just say something in Orc. Just be more careful.
He responds back an orc. Aye, aye, sir.
Corvus just picks up the meat he was picking and just starts making his way. Luckily, Corvus is in too bad shape to actually properly retaliate. Go back. That guy. I like him, but he had a bad impression of Corvus.
Sorry about him. He's not the most social.
Well, by nature, neither am I. But you've got to learn things when you work in my field.
And I'd say you've learned quite well.
Oh, that's a fine compliment. Thank you, my lady Eldercrow.
It's so weird for Sapphire to hear this. Just like in this tone of voice, not
If you'll
Corvus's
excuse me, the
monotone.
cheese won't pick itself up off the floor.
I hate
My mind so much right now because I went, cheese isn't on the floor.
That's immediately what I thought too. So you're normal.
Sapphire will just give him a nod and just kind of.
At least cheese isn't called you, and it gets very confusing.
Anyway.
Yeah.
While that's going on upstairs, back downstairs.
Yes, what is happening downstairs, which
Yeah.
none of us can really see?
So, did they say anything else?
No, that was about it.
Okay. Lessla will simply look to the two of them and says, while I do understand that you don't want to leave a job half done, you should probably take the time while they're still awake to introduce yourselves to the other residents.
Mother, it would be rude to make a bad impression on them. And we did just clean this yesterday. I think you and I are the only two who knows there's a difference.
Clouth will know.
Corvus will know. How? We don't know.
Cheese will know.
Cheese will know. Like,
Cheese is the
a
only one
thin-
that has perception high enough to know. He seems to like think for a moment. Yes, of course. My apologies for my poor manners, lady.
And Lessa will smile at Larley as she moves out of the way for them.
You'll have to give us a moment to dry off, but we will be out shortly.
All right. In that case, she will bow a little bit to them before stepping out.
When you do that, he immediately goes to bow deeper. She's a little slow, and so he kind of knocks her on the back to make her do so. She keeps her balance, remarkably so.
She's used to that.
Yeah.
All right. And then Lessa will make her way back as she comes to see what's going on here.
Diorn has moved into Nemo's lap as the two seem to be chatting away.
Mhm.
Aw.
He still seems rather stunned, but you get the feeling the two have talked enough to where he's at least comfortable with her,
Mhm.
which seems to help.
Yeah. Lessla is kind of glad that this is how it happened and it wasn't just, hey Nemo, I need to talk to you. Here's your niece. And it was they got to know each other first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As Lessla walks in, she looks to Shitora and says, how are they doing?
She starts a little bit. She wasn't looking at paying attention to the door. She was kind of looking at these two. Oh, they seem to be getting along fine. Very well.
That's good. Lessla leans against the wall a little bit as she says I am most likely going to be recalled to Silverton by the end of winter. And I don't know if I should bring her.
Why are you pinging the thing over and over?
That's just something I do.
Hmm.
Anyway.
What?
And I would like to take her away from Waterdeep. The barrier around Waterdeep does make dragons want to leave. But I don't.
Now that you are actually outside of the city limits,
Oh, we are.
well, the like city walls rather. She does seem to be a lot less jittery than she was.
Mm-hmm.
I think the
And
Drake is also similar.
yeah,
He's a dragon.
yeah, dragons. Although it might be a very specific. It's not just dragon type. It is specifically
Is
dragons.
true dragons,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
But and if I do have to leave her with someone, well, it's better that she be around family.
Are you keeping your voices down while you say this?
Yes.
Okay. She nods.
every
I
time.
don't know why you can't see Sapphire.
Also, that's not where your token is.
Really? Really? Then explain why it's here. I
Can you see?
saw myself get moved as I was taking a screenshot of what you guys were pinging.
Okay.
But yes, I can see.
Okay.
All right.
I can't see anyone else's token, but
I don't know why you couldn't see
Or-
anything over in the other one. You should have been able to.
All right. But yeah, Lessla is keeping her voice relatively low.
Okay. She does pay attention and listen to you. She seems to kind of puzzle over that. Well, I don't know. I don't really know what the situation is with that for you. But if that's how it has to be, then I at least I can do that.
Lessla smiles and says, "You're a good woman, Shitora. And hopefully, by the end of winter, I will gain enough power that I can break the chains of my obligations."
She she slowly nods, not certainly not quite sure what you mean, but
Mhm.
going along with it at least.
I'm sure that if she is curious, she can ask Nemo or even Lessla herself later.
Hmm.
But Lessla will stand up and says, "I'm going to go upstairs and see how the others are faring for now that we've all had a chance to calm down."
She nods and goes back to paying attention to Nemo and Diorn.
Lessla, as she passes by, will kneel down and pat Diorn on the head and says this. It's better if you stay down here for a while longer while we clean up some of the bigger messes upstairs.
Okay, Mom.
Lessla smiles and stands up. This is probably the most Nemo has ever seen Lessla smile.
Mm-hmm.
So that might actually be weird to him, but then she's gonna go upstairs.
All right.
Lesla's gonna come out. How eaten is that body?
Quite well.
Yeah, Drake's a quick eater.
Yep. All right.
Eats bones too.
Yes, I know. That's
It's pretty
why.
clean.
While you're coming up, Corvus was poking around with Melody.
I was giving us some meat.
Okay, so you put some Is this raw meat or is this cooked meat?
It's raw meat. I put some raw meat in my mouth.
You put some raw meat in her mouth.
Yeah.
No reaction.
Because I tap it on the teeth and stuff.
This time when you tap on the teeth, there's no reaction.
I do something interesting, Shadow. I can deal fire damage with my unknown strikes.
Mm-hmm.
I crush the meat and cook it slightly.
You'll have to roll me a check.
Okay, that's
This
fair.
will be just a wisdom check.
Yeah, I've done this before. There it is. My roll. They've returned.
You're able to sear it quickly. You get the feeling that though to kind of properly get something of this size, I'll put it between both your hands.
Yeah.
And kind of squeeze it a little bit. You get the feeling that it's probably still very raw on the inside, but it has been seared. This is probably a very, very rare steak.
Okay, I'll try that. I'll try that. Melody.
Okay. It
She
smells
seemed to
pretty
have.
good.
She seemed to react to his hand. So he's curious if it was just like it was warm or something. So that's what he's testing.
You dangle it in her mouth, and there's still no reaction.
strange. Well, the only thing he can do is stick his hand in, and that seems like a bad idea if it caused it to become alert. So, having done his medical check and not reacting to this input, I think he'll just. Otherwise, she's fine as far as he can tell.
Well, she's got some scrapes and
Yeah.
like bites and
Anything that needs to be covered, or just.
things. Probably, but
Alright.
I would have assumed you had bandaged it up the first time.
Yeah, yeah. No.
Yeah.
I
Bandaged it
think-
up, pulled out the glass.
Yeah, I think seeing that, it's like, okay, like, the only thing left to do would be stick my hand in, and I get the feeling that would just be wrong. So, just let her rest.
Alright. So now, Lessla, you come back upstairs.
Yep. Seeing this,
Cheese, are you still like standing with Boy, giving him pats while he eats?
If Boy's up here, fuck yeah! I haven't seen him in ages. Yes, I'm petting
Right next to
Boy.
you.
Lessla sees that the corpse is almost dealt with there, and is just going to prestidigitate the floor before walking this way.
Lady Silverster,
Yes.
are you hurt at all?
I am alive.
Come here. And then I like to imagine she, like, for a second she thought eyes were off of her, so she just, like, put her back to the wall and then slid to the ground and pet Boy. But then once Lessla came out, she stood again.
Give 1 second. As I do this. And Lethla sees you and says this. I've already received some magical healing. You should take care of yourself first.
No, I'm fine.
Which point Lessla takes Cheese's wrist and says this. Your safety is the one thing that everyone in this group prioritizes over everything else. Please, take care of yourself first.
And I promise you that I'll be all right. I've died before. I don't intend on doing it again.
I know you don't, and I don't intend on putting you in a position where it would be easier for you to die.
Can I at least... just a little bit, just a small bit of healing on you, please? Just to ease my conscience.
Lessla smiles a little bit at that and says, you may do so, but only after you take a rest.
She's like, was about, like, you can see, like, the beginning of the incantation start to glow in her hand, and then she just, like, puts her hand down. I understand. Do you know if anyone else who's hurt? I haven't really poked around.
Lessla thinks about it. The two Shatora and Nemo were fine, from what I remember.
Yeah, nothing got into where they were. They're unscathed.
Have you checked on everyone up here?
Some doors were closed. I haven't opened them.
Hmm.
I didn't want to intrude if anyone needed time.
For what I know is Lawrence asleep. Shatora and Nemo are fine. The people in the foyer you were with already, so if they needed healing, I trust that you would have
They've
done
been
that
taken
already.
care of.
Vale seemed fine. Fox looked better than most of us.
Hmm.
Did you check on Melody?
No.
She seems to be resting at the moment, so there's that.
Where'd you leave the food, Corvus?
Up by her bed.
Okay.
I was going to go check on Melody myself right now. Has Corvus refused healing?
As per usual.
Tell him that I am perfectly fine and that everyone else is as well.
Bullshit. He was with you the entire time.
Yes, you healed me, and I didn't take a hit after you healed me.
You did.
We just have to hold Corvus down and shove a healing potion down his throat. That's all we
You wanna
gotta do.
fucking
Oh,
hold Corvus
You're
down?
right, I
Yeah,
did,
thank you.
but I'm resistant to that damage. So it's
No, I don't.
anyway. But Lessla, it's actually funny because Lesla's clothes are burned, but under the burns, like her skin isn't even touched. That's how I think the fire resistance goes. It's like maybe it's a slightly darker color, but it's not like
a first degree, like a first degree burn.
Yeah, it's not like the usual. Oh, this person was hit by fire magic. Ew.
Yeah. Well, this was going on, I think. Because Shao, you said I had a giant flaming claw here. We scorched some of the land. Did it leave some kind of indent or scratch mark here, or is it just
No,
like a passing point?
the walls
I
are
was
just
just
singed
looking.
a little bit.
I think I was just looking at the singed nature of the wood, kind of remembering what happened vaguely.
Lessla, doing that is going to walk by this. She's going to look at Corvus as she passes by and says, "Stop being stubborn and get healed. You're the last person." And then continues walking past.
He acknowledges someone speaking to her. He acknowledges you speaking to him. He looks down. Just and as you pass, just goes back to what he was doing before.
How much food is here?
There's
No, I'm not asking you. I'm asking Shadow.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Nothing has been removed from since Corvus put it there.
Okay.
It's a flash fried steak, though, essentially.
Yeah. Well, Lessla is going to sit down on the bed and basically look over Melody herself and basically brush the hair out of her face if it's there.
It's not.
Okay.
Yours was pretty thorough.
You don't say that.
What? He thoroughly checked. In order to check the forehead, he had to move the hair out of the way. What the fuck are you thinking?
The same thing
Yeah, get
everyone
your head out of the
thinks.
gutter, Rick.
No. Everything's permanently there. Anyway. See? Cheez-It grease. Anyway.
Cheese can't speak Spanish. It's not one of her languages.
Isn't that infernal?
No?
Which one of the languages Spanish too? Is it
No.
Elvish?
No. I think it depends on which one you use. Can't remember.
Depends on who you ask.
Well, Chi.
If you ask a dwarf, it's definitely infernal.
Marin has one of the languages in D&D has been labeled Spanish too,
Oh, I see.
and I can't remember which one it was. Anyway, but yeah,
That I don't know.
Dog, say hello.
no.
I'm currently
Who
just
is
showing
saying
him
hello?
my microphone.
Oh, Doc.
I'm telling Duck to say hello. Hi,
Hi,
Duck.
Doc.
He's
Hello,
not
you
saying
tiny
words.
menace.
I
He's
think
a fucking
Susan's.
bastard, fat bastard.
Oh, is he fat now?
Well, he's always been a little puppy. He's just well loved, okay?
Hello, the little
It
menace.
sounds like yeah, you just put food out and they eat. Anyway, but Lesla's just checking over Melody because she feels that Melody is partially her responsibility.
Gotcha.
This is not at all like I expected it to be. But we all survived. That's something. And I don't know why I continue to talk to you when you're asleep. Maybe it's because I know that you're not actually listening. But yeah, after a minute or so, she will start to make her way out. And she'll do what she originally intended to do earlier and go see about dealing with the bodies that are in the foyer.
Just the one here. You can tell it's been gnawed on by a cheese,
Mm-hmm.
and seems to have been looted as well.
Well, is it illegal to incinerate a body in Waterdeep?
Let me check.
I mean, probably.
I mean, okay, we have a level of jurisdiction right now, not legal yet, but we are doing a mission on behalf of the Blackstaff, which means we can do anything as long as we don't heavily violate the law, and even then he might was out. It's not illegal to incinerate a body. It's
I
illegal
feel like that would
to.
go for like that would fall under desecration of a corpse.
No, I think it's the out. Technically, we're also in Undermountain, which has lesser laws. Not
You
Undermountain,
are not in
Undercliff.
Undermountain.
Undercliff, sorry, which
Yes.
has technically lesser laws. While you could get in trouble, it's more a thing of like, if anyone smells cooking flesh, they might go, "Oh, the neighbors are barbecuing," or they might go, that smells like a cooking corpse." At which point, I don't know what that smells like.
Right.
So, so it's like it's not illegal technically, but again, these are criminals.
Yeah.
So it's more of a, as long as you're not burning the human corpse, because that's just, you could do that too, but changing one, not technically illegal.
Okay. Well, Lesla's going to start.
Hell, boy's eating one.
Yeah, boy's eating one.
That's closer to illegal than burning the body.
Do I just drag this one to boy? Or do I like whistle?
That one's already partially eaten.
As you're contemplating this, there's a knock on the door.
Okay. Lesla is going to make her way over here and look through the window. Oh. All right. She looks at that and goes, "The what?" Okay, she's very confused. She looks at the dead body there. And like cracks the door open only slightly. and says, "Hello, sir. How may I help you?"
Are you Lessla of the Mithril Scales?
That I am.
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Uh,
You may
please-
call me Bones.
All right, Sir Bones.
Honorifics are far from necessary. I am but a humble servant of fate.
When he says that, Lesla immediately gets the look.
You pull that card too.
When do I pull that card?
Thursday.
Thursday. Oh,
That game.
sorry, that's a completely different game. But
I know.
I understand. But that was anyway. Leslie just gives the okay, we're dealing with these types of people now. Can I help you?
I do not believe it is I who require assistance.
How are you going to help me?
Perhaps, with your knowledge, it would be best if I enlighten you on what my purpose is. And he will hold up the same symbol that Cheese had gotten a look at.
You mean
Roll a religion check, Lessa.
all right. I mean, Letha is also seeing that symbol because she's holding the short sword that has it.
No, not that one.
Oh, different one. Okay.
The one she saw when she met this man.
How's a 23?
Pretty good 23
Yeah,
there.
that's the holy symbol of Jergal.
Ah.
At which point Lesla sees that and she's confused. Her demeanor shifts into that of respect for this man. And then she just folds her hands behind her and says, for what reason would a apostle of your master
I
send you
believe
here?
the word you use is Doomscribe.
Huh.
There are different names for the different faiths.
Yes, I know.
Mhm.
But apostles just the general.
Acolyte, acolyte, devotee,
Yeah.
there's a lot of names.
Yes. Why would your master send you here?
My master very rarely speaks to anyone. However, fate speaks to whoever it decides.
Hmm. And how is it that you are going to help us?
More of that will become revealed in time. For now, I suspect you have reason to dispose of some unwanted. He seems to fumble for the word.
Yes.
Levers.
At which point, less understanding will step out of the way and says, "You may come in, Bones."
And
Which
he looks down at the woman in front of him. This was not to be your fate. Truly disappointing. And he reaches down to her and mumbles a few words in he mumbles a few words in It's not a language you recognize, Lessla, but you feel them reverberate through you as he speaks.
I can make an educated guess in that it's probably celestial.
No, it is in fact, you know for a fact it's not celestial.
Oh, that's interesting.
You have heard it spoken. It is not that.
Huh.
And he only seems to say one or two words, but they seem to carry great power with them.
Oh. That actually makes Lessa think of a different type of language that no one should know. Anyway.
And with that, you see the body begin to glow with a very bright and brilliant light. And GM now needs to make some rolls.
Ooh.
Uh-huh. Okay. So before long, sitting in the place of what had been that young woman is a now very different body lying there that begins to draw breath.
Lessla is just going to hold her fingers to her temples as she was that reincarnation?
In a manner of speaking. Though I suspect it is not the spell, as you know.
More than likely not.
Nonetheless, the effect is similar.
Yes. Touch point, Lessla. Is she awake or is she asleep?
Asleep.
Okay. Well.
But you know is already deviating from the effects of reincarnate. They would awake instantly.
Awake instantly. Okay. I think there was another hostage that they sacrificed. I'm going to go find a bed for this one.
If you would do so.
At this point, Lessla picks this one up and starts taking her away. Every time. As she passes by these people, she says, "Please show respect for him. He is a follower of Dragal." And then, without saying,
Zarthea doesn't seem to know what that is.
yeah,
Bale seems slightly unnerved. Jericho just nods.
I feel like Jericho would be the one that's least affected by that.
No, he's the one who probably knows the most.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes. As Lessla comes this way, carrying this new woman, by the way, she looks at everyone else and says, there is a follower of Dragal here. His name is Bones, and he is evidently reincarnating, in a sense, these people. As she then goes this way.
Okay, so I feel like Corvus knows the name Dragal, definitely, but how much do I know about Dragal?
Same with Sapphire.
You would have knowledge of him as the currently he is known as the Keeper of Fates.
Okay, because I know him as the Scribe of the Dead as well.
Yeah. That is no longer his title.
Gotcha. I was just making sure, because that's...
Was once the Scribe of the Dead, but now Keeper of Fate.
Nice, Keeper of Fates.
You would know of him as, what you both know of him as is the Keeper of Fates. If you want to see if you know more, it would be a religion check.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? It can't hurt.
Okay.
She doesn't know who this guy is. She doesn't know a physical way of knowing who this motherfucker is.
I just know Keeper of Fates, that's it.
Sapphire, you just know the Keeper of Fates, you know nothing about him.
So I just watched
Corvus, you are familiar with him. He is a very old god.
He found it in a
very
book in the
enigmatic
woods.
one.
Oh, cool,
However,
61.
as the keeper of fate, his clergy is fairly well respected, if a little mysterious
Right.
and reclusive.
So one being here would be like, that's odd that one would just appear at
It's
this
like,
exact
why are
moment.
you here?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the reason Lessla acted the way she did.
I mean, Sapphire probably like in the same mindset of like, why is one here? I don't like the weight that just appeared on my shoulders just now. What?
Anyway, but yeah. So Lessla puts this woman in the bed after. Can I use prestidigitation to get rid of the glass?
No.
Oh, you can use it to sweep it away, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be more sweeping than a getting
Yeah,
rid of.
I know. It's not like physically getting
Start
rid of it.
cast mending really quickly. Just
It takes a while, and it would be a long while to fix those.
Look,
things.
do you know expensive glasses?
The glass is very expensive, but I will
This
do it.
medieval glass.
I will do it, just not right now. And
Now
anyway,
the question I have to ask is it also stained glass?
Oh, no, why the
No.
fuck would we have stained glass? Are we a church?
Because it's fancy as fuck and pretty.
anyway, but yeah, let's all put her
Only
there.
only the church has stained.
And is she wearing the same clothes as before, or is she wearing completely different
The
clothes?
same clothes, yes.
Okay.
Same clothes, and her build seems to be fairly similar, just the skin tone and everything else about her has shifted.
Mm-hmm. Lessla is.
She may be maybe a little younger than she looked before, but you didn't get a good look at her.
No, I didn't. Lessla wasn't paying attention. She was dead.
Last you
And
saw
now,
her, she had a mask, she had a thing on her head.
yeah.
Hmm.
And now Lessla, after putting her on the bed, is just staring at the bed like, what the fuck do I even do with any of this information? Like, she is trying to process it because Jurgle is one of the few gods she respects. I think Bane is also one of the few gods she respects. Funnily enough.
But
Not Merkel.
Yeah, no.
understandable. Anyways, Corvus, you come upon him. He is currently looking over the corpse here, and he reaches down and once again mutters a word in a language you don't recognize, but you feel it reverberate through you, and the body begins to dissipate into ash.
I love how little Sapphire can see from where she is, but I can see like a bit of the body just turn to ash and be like, okay, nope. Nope.
If you're paying attention, are you paying attention more to Hope?
Partially. It's like she came in here because she figured this room was still occupied. This room
Do you want to
maybe help.
do you want to roll a luck dice, or do you want me to roll a luck dice?
You.
She doesn't
You
trust
do
her
not
luck.
notice it.
Hmm?
You do not notice it.
Oh,
Don't notice
damn.
anything. Don't notice anything.
I don't notice
You have-
the slight part of the body I could see disappear.
You see Vale shudder as he walks past.
I actually can't see that from my angle.
Corvus does.
Oh, yeah.
I'm here. Hello.
True.
Fucking. I think it's just following him.
I guess I'll let Hope in on like, so worshiper of Chakal is here. For some reason.
Hello again, Miss Blue Cheese.
Mr. Bones?
He bows and looks over. Sees Boy, gives him a pat on the head.
How does boy
Boy
react?
seems unnerved, but not overly by this new visitor.
I didn't realize I'd be seeing you again so soon.
It is now the appointed time.
I see.
Before.
And he looks to the Drake. Have you finished with your meal? The Drake kind of in response, like turns over, looks at Cheese, rolls over on his belly, wags tail a little bit.
She's rubs his belly.
And he once again reaches down, says that same word, and body evaporates and dissipates into ash. What's left of it anyway?
What interaction did you have with?
I saw him on our way here. Did you say that again?
The Corvus is just literally following this guy's like. He's
Oh,
went into one of the
okay.
rooms, so Corvus is like, is he going to sit down? Because he doesn't know. Corvus hasn't really been over this far, so he didn't know who
Yeah.
like seen the dead
Cheese
body.
is just enjoying the presence of boy. This place is large. She'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
It is a shame. This was not his way, but it was his time. And he, instead of saying anything, he reaches down and simply closes the eyes of this one, and folds the hands up in a somewhat peaceful, kind of respectful manner, and goes and he does. You can see his fingers begin to glow, and he does seal up the wound where there was, but this guy is still very dead. And he turns and looks at you, Corvus, as he stands up. Is there some question I can answer for you?
I don't know much about your order. I know enough to know that when one of you appears, it means something. I'm just curious what that meaning is.
It depends. For some of us, it is to record fate, others to guide it, and others to change it.
Which one are you?
That fate has yet to decide.
Well, I don't. Because he doesn't have like a hostile. He's just calm, standing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not really like overt signs of hostility. Considering
No, there's no hostility.
he's turned one person. He's turned actually. I've seen him turn two people to ash, and he seemed to bring someone back because that's a new life, and he seemed to let this guy stay dead. So I feel like Cause is like trying to process everything. So he's like, you were unaware of what they were going to use you for. You didn't think it was going to be what they ended up doing.
It would seem as though they chose to take a unexpected path. But their
Well,
destination was the same, regardless.
I heard you say to Miss Faun that now is the allotted time.
To our meeting, it is. This is when it was decreed, and so it is. Fate is
Suppose I
nothing,
have
if not punctual.
and I suppose my second question is, are you an enemy?
Have I need to be?
That depends on fate, don't it?
Indeed. It would seem you should be pleased that fate smiles upon you.
Well, it's like actually like not grimaces, but like kind of like a skeptical. He goes, fate does not smile on me.
Perhaps not at this time. Fate eventually smiles upon all. Whether or not you believe that, it does so all the same.
Well, so that's something we have to agree on.
He nods and reaches down to pick up the deceased man. I will see to it that this one is properly taken care of.
Thank you kindly.
And
Maybe.
with that,
I was just gonna say, no, I'm not gonna say anything. Just thank you kindly is enough.
if anyone else has anything to say to him, they're welcome to as he's leaving.
Keys will just wave at him goodbye.
He'll give you a polite nod, but that's about all he'll do. And he will simply carry the man out the door without another word, unless anyone stops him.
I have no reason to.
Okay.
So,
Lessla, you're still just staring at the now sleeping woman?
yes, she's been sitting here contemplating everything for about the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of at the point of she should probably stay here until this woman wakes up so that this woman doesn't freak out about being in an unfamiliar location.
And body.
Yes.
Okay, it's okay. I remember the Jurgle's clergy came and give you a new body.
Yeah.
So it doesn't help.
It doesn't, but it's better that someone's here to explain it to her. At least, at the very least, she didn't see us before.
Mm-hmm. Well, she didn't see you.
Yes.
As far as we know.
As far as we know. But yeah, Lesla's just sitting here, contemplating what exactly she's gonna say to this woman that doesn't make it sound like that she's gone insane.
It's Waterdeep. Waterdeep is fairly familiar with magic.
Yes.
There's very little you could say to her that would make her think she hasn't gone insane, but quite a lot that might drive her to it.
Okay. But yeah, Lesla's just waiting here to see if she wakes up.
She will be asleep for quite a while.
Okay. If that's the case, Lesla will make her way out, close the doors behind her, and she's just going to rub her temples as she contemplates life at the moment before making her way this way. Opens these doors. Oh, hello there. She's gonna.
Yeah, guess who was just getting ready to come out?
They fucking cleaned the bathroom. God damn it! Like we don't worry, we will not clean the bathroom. And as soon as you go back to work,
That's probably what
overtime.
happened.
Go.
They are actually completely dry.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
You know, I could have prestidigitated them. I just didn't think about it.
Note for the future.
Yeah, in the future. Actually, no, I don't actually have prestidigitate because I got a bunch of combat cantrips. Huh. Oh,
I think I'm the only person with prestidigitation.
yeah.
Well,
No.
I have Druidcraft.
Yeah, a Druidcraft is usually the Druid version of
That's good.
prestidigitate.
I can technically blow dry hair. I can make a little wind.
No, I don't have prestidigitation. My apologies.
I
I have
do.
mending. Where?
I think it's one of your origin spells. Used it before.
I know. I don't know. Whatever.
All right.
It's fine.
Well, Lessla will, seeing them, will step out of the way and will gesture to the two over there, being some of the people they need to introduce
People
to.
who look like they've been punished many times.
And say,
What?
Sir Corvus, Miss Cheese, this is Bendham and Laurel. Laurelade. I'm not used to pronouncing each at the end of words.
Was doing that because these guys look fancy, right? Or do they look not?
No, they're in servants' clothes.
Okay, well, Corvus will still.
They're nice servants' clothes, but they are servants' clothes.
Corvus will just give them that kind of. I think it's kind of universal, like, the head that he gives.
Where's that?
She's chilling in the den. I call it a den.
She's just staring at Hope, apparently.
No, I don't know if you heard or not, but I did say to Hope, like, while Bones was still down here. So apparently a worshiper of Jerkle is here, and then nothing happened with that.
Oh, I did not hear you. No.
I'm used to it.
Don't say that. Anyway.
Middle childhood.
No, in this case, it also extends to campaigns where I've said something and gone ignored, and then 10 minutes later, someone says the same.
You have to understand. We have a bad habit of talking over each other all the time.
No. This isn't just with you guys. This has happened to like real life friends that I've done campaigns with, where I'm like, "Hey, this is probably the solution." We don't try it. 20 minutes later, "Hey, this is probably the solution," and the GM was like, "She literally said that like 20 minutes ago, guys."
Well,
so I'm used to it.
Regardless, Hope's gonna look up and be like, "Who?" And that's gonna be the extent of where that goes.
I heard Harume say what that, but I thought it was literally like Shouts went, "Yeah, I hope there's no reaction to that," and moved on.
Yeah. See, I'm just gonna be relaxed.
Like, hey, there's someone who worships your call. Who's that? Someone who
Keeper of
worships your call.
Fate.
Who's that?
Fergal is a keeper of fate.
What's that?
Fate is like destiny.
The fuck is destiny?
He knows what that means.
I feel like he's going to keep asking what's that just to fuck with her, because that's
that's my favorite game. It's my favorite.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm not dignifying that, Rupert.
If he's the keeper of it.
Anyway, Hope doesn't have much more to say on the subject. If you want to try and talk to him about something else, that's up to you.
And you see him walk past, fully a corpse.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess to the extent I could say, like, apparently the guy brought back one of the dead people to life, and didn't with the other one? Question mark.
Hope seems unbothered by that, which is kind of unsettling. He just kind of shrugs, like, okay. And
It's not usual. It's strong magic for someone to just go up to a corpse and say revive in so many words and then change their appearance and bring them back to life. How are you unfazed by this?
you're assuming Hope knows magic.
That's
Hope
I would hope he
knows.
knows some magic
Hope
Hey,
knows
beyond
I have a
Eldritch
gun.
Blast.
Basically.
I have a gun.
As
Hope is
in-
that dude holding the fireworks screaming magic missile.
as a old Genasi in Avernus once said, I cast Glock.
Spell.
I cast gun and prepare to meet God.
Ah,
But
Anyway.
after Lessla introduces them to those two, says this, if you could help them introduce themselves to the rest of the scales, I'm going to go get the knife. And she's going to go upstairs.
Go upstairs?
Yeah, where she told Fox to put the knife.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll be back down soon enough.
Mhm.
Unless for some reason there are windows upstairs and there have been fiends here the entire time.
yeah, well, they're just playing cards.
There are well, there are windows upstairs, but I'm gonna tell you, nothing went in there.
Oh, thank God. It would have been
Just-
real unfortunate to walk up here,
Is
see
that
all
because is that for some reason, or is it because the GM forgot there were windows up there? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
M-
Cult
Matt-
spells are weird, man.
magic for some reason.
Yeah, magic. It works.
Magic. I don't have to explain it.
Unless, you do. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go get the knife and then I'll make my way back down.
Okay.
I guess while that's happening, I just says to them, "If you'll come with me, then, sir and ma'am."
They will follow you.
Yeah.
It just glances, gestures to or
The Pile of
to
Ash?
not to the Battle of Ash, to
And all the
these
showery
two,
windows.
these two, and to this one. Rather than Jericho and Hope, because he was asked to introduce him to the other members of the Scales. So those are the three you would point out.
Gotcha.
For my curiosity, what does Larly's face look like when she sees all the shattered windows?
Very upset, and it's the look of someone. Oh no, I have to fix that.
I feel like if Corvus sees it, I'd be like, "Do not worry, we'll clean up."
She looks like she has this look on her face of like, why did you say that? As the older gentleman immediately turns around to you. Absolutely not. I will not stand for it.
Don't remember asking, so
And I do not remember offering. Come, Lorley. And he drags her over here, and she has this like look on her face of like, why have you done this?
Leslie's gonna have to give
As
him a
he
crash
immediately
course.
begins sweeping up with a broom. You're not sure where the broom came from, but he has it now.
He has pocket
And he
broom.
immediately begins sweeping it all.
He has the
Very
cantrip.
quickly and efficiently too.
He has the cantrip pocket broom.
pocket room. It's not useful, Ken. You wouldn't think he had it, but
Never know when you need it.
He has a vest of holding.
only cleaning supplies though.
Well, what else would he
Um,
store in it?
Whiskey?
Obviously.
I think my favorite variation of the bag of holding is the bra of holding.
I can make a joke. I'm not going to.
Of course, we'll go look for a broom.
He has the only broom.
You will not find one.
And then I'll just use my hands and pick them up.
I feel like
I stopped
Are you gonna
picking
go
up last.
search for one first?
Yeah, I was, but then you said you don't find one, so.
Well, you spend the time
That's-
searching for one. You'll spend the
Yeah.
time searching for one.
Okay.
But is there anything else anyone would like to take care of before end of session? Because if not,
Help to clean the house.
I feel
yeah,
like
you're not going to be allowed.
I don't
I mean,
care.
I
I'm doing it.
imagine introductions to the rest of the staff, just so like
I'm doing
This
it.
is
We
the
don't have
staff.
to worry
Yeah,
about
this
It's
is
not.
the
that.
staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not about whether I'm allowed. It's about I'm doing it, and he can't stop me.
Yeah, that's Lesla's gonna have to give him a crash course on how to get away with helping the servants without helping them.
This Corvus is too stubborn.
I imagine if they try to stop him again, Corvus is like, "You dare question your lord."
No, Corvus would never. Corvus doesn't view himself as above these people.
That's fair.
He probably views himself as below, honestly.
Probably. Also, Corvus is the type of guy who he's self-reliant. He cleans up his own messes.
Alright.
The idea of paying someone to clean up after you does not compute with Corvus.
Lesla goes over to Cheese and says, "Did you heal Corvus?"
I told you he refuses no matter what.
Hold up, give me a second. Corvus! You're not allowed to do anything else before you get healed.
Broom, broom.
You're not the
Broom,
boss
broom.
over here.
Broom. No broom in here.
Corvus, I'll give you a broom if you let me heal you.
Broom. He is mumbling. He is sort of mumbling. Where's the broom? It's so cool. He doesn't even know this guy's name. Excuse me.
Gogs.
I think he does speak to him in Orc as well. Just you know where the brooms are kept.
He
Lesla shakes her head.
he looks at you, shaking his head. Looks back at Corvus. Lessla, you suddenly roll me a d20, Lessla.
Okay.
He's in the conflict zone. Who do I listen to?
That's a 10.
Yeah. You are struck with the realization. This man may be large enough to restrain Corvus.
I know. But
Okay, you can certainly put Corvus in that situation.
I'm not going to put Corvus in that situation because Lesla has seen Corvus try and punch people that try and wake him up. So Lesla's going to put her hands together when she thinks of that, and is going to say, "Think better of it because it's a bad idea." As she says, "Corvus, I would.
Corvus pay her any mind.
Hold up. I have an idea that'll help you."
You don't have the context for why he's asking for a broom.
I can imagine, since I hear glass sweeping in the other room,
No.
Yep.
Lesla,
Come along, Lolly. Keep up.
comes this way and finds these two and says, "Oh,
He has almost finished with this half of the room.
My man's efficient.
yeah. Actually, Lesla will come this way and say, Corvus, they're already mostly done. You just please rest."
There is glass in every room in the house. I only wish to...
I'll get to work.
Where's the broom? I can't fucking do it. I don't know. Just pick him up in my hands then. Take long.
Corvus, I would wish to speak to you.
Oh.
Corvus.
Yeah, he comes back. Yes. He thinks it might be important, so he just stopped.
I need you to understand something. I understand that you're a very self-reliant person, but these people, this is their livelihood. Would you
That's
take
true.
away someone's livelihood just to make yourself feel better?
I'm not stopping them from cleaning. I'm only offering aid. Aid the mess is only fair we help.
Yes, but you hold pride in yourself for your abilities, do you not?
Yeah, looks at you and tilts his head. I do what I have to.
What would you
Pride
say?
isn't important.
What would you do if someone offered to help you hunt?
I would thank them for helping me.
I see this isn't good.
How many times has he said, "No, I'll do this on my own"?
No,
Yeah.
he will do it. But if you did it, he wouldn't like be like a dick to you. He'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
Okay, well, let me put it this way.
Okay.
How many times have you told other people not to help you because you can deal with it?
Problem. I'll deal with it.
Yes, exactly. That is how men like Bendham are. He is you, except for cleaning.
That made the mess. There I help.
Yes, you may have made the mess, but he takes pride in his ability to clean it up
It's
in
a
an
big
efficient manner.
house, ma'am. I can't just leave that to that young lady and that gentleman, and the bigger gentleman. It wouldn't be right.
The best way that you'll be able to help them is by doing it on the opposite side of the house, where he won't be able to force Lolly to make the to clean the section that you're cleaning.
Oh well, I'll clean this side of the house, and if I'm done, I'll clean the other side of the house.
I guarantee you he will be done before you even get a quarter of
Well.
the way through here.
That's all right, as long as I'm helping.
And please keep, from Lolly's expression that I saw, please keep this behavior to a minimum, or you may cause Lolly to have an aneurysm.
What's an aneurysm?
Oh my god.
You knew
Where's
that was
Corvus?
coming.
What room is Corvus in?
I'm going to
Someone
this
ping
room over
me.
here. I was told to go far. I was told to go far
Corvus
away.
is
so I'm
over.
going far.
Geez, Corvus
Going
is over
moving.
here.
Yeah.
I'm moving.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to. I'm going to.
I'm
Um,
not done talking to you.
Oh, I thought you were.
No. Because you asked a
Corvus is
question.
walking
So
away.
now Lessla is going to stand here and explain to you in a because you will ask question after question and it will distract you and will allow Larly and
No,
Bendham.
you start going off on your thing, and he just like.
No, she.
You can follow him if you want to explain.
God,
I begin cleaning.
by Tiamat's breath, you. Mm.
Good question, child. Little game question.
Mm-hmm.
Would mold earth assist in glass or not?
No,
it says
it
dirt
would
or
not work
stone.
on
Dirt
glass.
or stone. Specifically says dirt or stone.
Yeah.
Check. Cole starts cleaning the glass.
Why do I have to try and be an understanding person?
Cole gets what you're saying, but it just doesn't make sense that he wouldn't after himself.
I know, but
If this was a smaller house, he'd have no problem. But it's the fact that a lot of glass and it's a big mess, that's what the problem is.
Yeah, but I know Lessla is just like Lessla wouldn't care if she wasn't making an active effort to be an understanding and caring person.
No.
Which is why this frustrates her.
Just helping.
Yeah. Yes, you're helping, but you're creating headaches for other people.
Helping.
Lessla comes down here and looks to. And I'm not actually going to go into a conversation with her, but she's going to check up on everyone down here.
Meanwhile, in the background, at that exact speed too.
Yeah. Well, all things considered, this is probably the best results we could have hoped for.
But if there is nothing else, that may be where I call it for the night.
If it's okay, I'd like to say one more thing to
Yeah, by all
Corvus, if
means.
at all possible.
Yeah, you just
Um, yeah. Before Cheese talks to Corvus, while she is on her own, she is going to cast something that she hasn't cast in a while. She's going to cast Disguise Self. This is one of my once per long rest abilities. And she is going to cast it on herself. She's going to make herself look exactly as she is, just not as hurt. And she's going to go find Corvus.
Okay.
You could have cast a Cure Wounds. No. This guy, so.
The fuck are you, Corvus? Jesus Christ.
I'm over on the other side cleaning up glass.
Oh my god. Whatever. Okay.
You see a pile
Anyway.
of glass slowly accumulating. From Corvus just appearing.
Corvus? What on earth are you doing?
Helping clean up the mess we made in here.
Well, everyone else has been taken care of. Your turn.
Be alright. We'll get some rest.
Come here.
Better.
I'm fine. We're fine. We'll be fine. Can I please heal you? You look pitiful.
We'll be alright. Saved your reason.
I've spent all of my other resources on the other people. It's your turn. I put you
Yes.
last in line.
What if something happens in the middle of the night?
Oh, by the gods! Corvus! I'm trying to help you. Don't you understand? Just... Part of being friends is helping one another. Let me help you. I am begging you.
Help me more than I can describe. I'll be alright.
I'll never sleep again. I'm never going to sleep again. I'm never going to be able to. And she just starts walking away.
I can just see the fading of like the putting the back of the hand on the floor, like I'll never be able to sleep anymore.
I think
Oh no!
as she starts,
It is just her pinching the bridge of her nose.
Oh.
I think as
This
she
is
starts to walk
annoyance.
away, as she starts to walk away and like, saying that he'll just grab her shoulder.
Yes.
If it will bring you comfort.
It would bring me peace.
Just like Eddie, he just stands up and holds his arm out.
Cheese will then very gently place her hand on his arm and cast Cure Wounds.
Max heal.
You get 7.
That's still a lot.
Please rest when you can.
I will.
I will, leave you to your work? What are you doing? Cleaning glass. That's what you were doing. Oh, I think I'm going to sit down.
Well, that room is clean of glass for the most part, as much as I could get. That should be alright.
Well, then you know where to find me. And then Cheese is going to walk into that room, close the goddamn doors, and collapse on the floor.
I resume cleaning.
Yeah, I was about to say, now that, Lesla's finally checked in on anyone, now this is when she's going to collapse as well.
All right. And that's where I think we'll call it for tonight.
Yeah.
All right. And with that, have a good day, have a good morning, have a good evening. As always, stay frosty, and if you liked today's video, like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube after the fact. And until next time.